Hey, BassGeek here, and I just got a massive order from Bass Munitions that we're gonna unbox. Alright guys, as you know, I am teamed up with Bass Munitions. He does special soft plastics, special colors for me sometimes. He'll do that for you. There's a minimum order, and it's not a lot, guys. Like, you know, if you hollered at Zoom and asked them to make you a special color, you'd probably have to order like, you know, $1,000 worth of baits. Nowhere near that with Richard. You know, I think it's something like 3-4 packs. As long as you order 3-4 packs, just make it worth his time to shoot them, because he does shoot them all himself. One thing I always tell you guys, you know, when it comes to small businesses, you know, make sure you're giving them a little bit of time, especially around the holidays, because sometimes, especially when guys like me, and not saying that I'm important or have a huge following, not an ego, but you can ask him. When I talk about their baits on my YouTube channel, a lot of times he'll get an influx of orders, and sometimes that can slow him down. Now, that being said, let's take a quick look at this massive order that I got off of him. All right, so the very first thing that I want to show you, of course, swim baits. Now, it's getting to be that time of year. I wanted to make sure that I got some of these in. These are the Patriot minnows. These are the 5.5 inch version, 5 to 6, and you can see right here, guys, oh, this is why I love him. Look at that trout color. That is a great trout color, and I got me a couple packs of those, because as we get into the spring on Top Secret Lake S, that is a very good color to throw. They do stock that lake. Now, another color that I picked up, and I started throwing a little bit last year toward the end of the year, and I want to play with it a little bit more, and I believe this is the Tennessee shad. Now again, Richard, tell me if this is wrong. This is a really good looking color. I threw one of these last year right after I'd had a couple hits on a big spoon, and followed it up with this bait, this color. The light was a little lower. It was a very cloudy day, and man, got crushed right off the bat. So got me a couple of packs of those. I also went down and got me a couple of packs of them in the 3.5 inch. I love these, guys, love these. Of course, I had to go ahead and get me some natural shad, and that is an incredible color right there. Natural shad is probably my go-to color when it comes to the smaller, the 3.5s. I mean, you can fish it in such a diversity of water. I also got me, and this is for the smallmouth out there, this is the sexy lavender color. As those smallmouth begin to get up, they will absolutely key rush that color right there. As we start getting in the spring, they will munch on that particular color. Also got me some of the 3.5 in the trout. Got me a couple packs actually. Now here's a really good view. I've just left these out. I didn't see that I even had them. But here's the sexy lavender, and you can really see that color in the 5.5 inch, in the 5 inch right there. And I'm telling you, those smallmouth will absolutely crush those. All right. I also picked up some of the sexy lavender in the Recon shad. So the ribbed bait style swim baits. That is the 2.8, and this is the 3.3. Some of my favorite sizes to throw, not only by themselves, but on an A-rig this time of year. 3.3 and 3.8 on an A-rig is probably my go-to size. Everybody knows it's drop season. So the Damiki rig, we call it the drop rig. One of my favorite colors right there. I was running a little low. That's probably one of everybody's go-to colors, and that is the white silver flake. Now, one of my favorite colors, of course, good old sour grape. Guys, that color right there. If you didn't see my Instagram post, by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. I do post some things on there. I don't get to post as much as I want. Just managing this is, you know, it's a lot of work just to do this. But even to do that, a couple of guys actually won a tournament on Soho, and it was on the stuff that they learned from my videos, and that was the color they won the tournament on. Now, something that I'm constantly bugging him about this, and I think he might have been sending me a message because I love his grunts. If you haven't seen his grunts, you need to look them up. They are a lot like a Strike King structure bug. But what I love about them is they've got a lot more meat in the head. As I always jokingly say, they've got a meaty head. There's two colors that I go to. Now, he makes a ton of different colors, so whatever you use on your lakes, but I bum him over these colors all the time. So I'm constantly calling him saying, hey man, I need more grunts and I need more Moabs. Now the Moab is, you know, kind of like your beaver bait. And so I'm sure you can tell just from those two colors that the two colors that I bug him about in those are almost always watermelon red and green pumpkin. And I think he was trying to send me a message that he was tired of me bothering him, because he sent me 50 counts in these plastic bags in both. So here's the Moab in green pumpkin. Here's the grunt in watermelon red. Here's the Moab in watermelon red. And here's the green pumpkin in the grunt. So yeah. So hey, I'm down with it, Richard. You send them like this to me all the time, because you know that's about a season's worth for me right there. All right, guys, that is it for right now. I do have more coming from Richard. He's got probably my third favorite color, which I'll keep a secret until we do that unboxing. If you've watched the videos, you'll know what it is of me Damiki rigging. But anyway, guys, make sure you reach out to Richard and go try some of these baits out, especially the drop bait, guys. The drop bait, I just want to show you this. The Damiki is a little more elongated. This really has a much better shape, a little deeper shape. It looks more like a shad body than that little Damiki Armor Shad does, and it's one of the reasons why I like it so much. Guys, there is, as always, a code in the bottom. It is Geek10, I believe, for 10% off anything you order from the Bass Munitions website, so make sure you go check him out. As always, questions and comments in the comments section below. I will answer any questions I can, and believe it or not, Richard does actually watch my channel, so if you have a question specifically about the baits, put it down there. A lot of times he'll chime in and ask you or answer those questions for you. And a lot of times if he doesn't see that, I'll tell him about it, he'll look it up, and he'll answer that question for you. So Richard will a lot of times answer the questions in the comment section below, so you guys make sure you're leaving those comments. And like I always say, I love to talk about fishing with you. And by the way, guys, it is definitely hoodie season, so make sure you go out and you check out the BassGeek shop. I'm not going to give you a URL. If you just go to Google and you just search Shop BassGeek, it'll take you right there. It's the first one, easy to find. So just Google or Yahoo or MSN, Shop BassGeek. It'll take you right to the shop. All right, back to what I was saying. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you can get the notifications when these videos coming out. You guys watching these videos helps this channel grow. It helps me do more for you. And I always love giving back to you guys because you guys rock.